And you were sold the dream to follow the traditional route of getting student loans to fund college so you can then land a good job. You then get married, get a mortgage, have kids, and do the same routine, the mundane routine, day in and day out. And you're told the goal of all this that you've been fed is that you got to pay your dues at your day job, helping someone else's dream come true in hopes of retiring around 60 years old. Supposedly that's when your life begins and you can enjoy the wealth you've been building.
The Perspective Podcast is fuel for your mind and creative grind. Each week, my guests and I provide the skills for thinking bigger, overcoming adversity, and making an impact with your work.
What's going on? You're listening to episode 141 of the Perspective Podcast. My name is Scotty.D.Russell at Perspective Collective. I'm here to help you build a killer side hustle and elevate your brand outside your day job. Just quick announcement, all right? The Side Hustlers Coaching Program waitlist is live at sidehustlerscoaching.com for the September 16th launch. I'm going to beat this thing like a drum, okay? Because I believe it's going to provide the most value to someone like you who's a listener of the podcast. So if you've been wishing for someone to hold your hand to help you get closer to where you want to be, this program is for you. If you're needing someone to hold your feet to the fire for that extra accountability to take massive action, the kind that makes you uncomfortable, this program is for you. If you're ready to rattle your comfort cage and lean into your fears that have been holding you back, my friend, this program is for you. I hope you feel like I'm speaking right to you right now. So I'm accepting 10 hungry, action-taking creatives to aggressively elevate their hobbies and side hustles to the next level over the 3-month period. All right, I'm talking about like October through mid-December, right until like the holidays start. So one of these people, it could be you. If you want to be the first to hear about when, where, and how to apply, then join right now the A-List waitlist. You're going to get all the first news again at sidehustlerscoaching.com. I would love to see you be one of the people who apply. Today, we're starting part 2 of the Side Hustlers series. If you missed last week's part 1 about finding your wolf pack, check it out first over at perspective-collective.com/140. I want to talk about this dream that you and I have been sold to lead off. So most likely, you're a listener or a reader, I guess, if you're on the show notes reading in a blog format for 2 reasons. You're ready to transform your hobbies into a side hustle, or you're ready to take your current side hustle to the next level. And if so, you've tuned into the right place, okay? You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. So for me, I focus on the side hustle part because hustling is a habit. Get like me. But for real talk, that's all I know. All I know is side hustling. That's all I've been doing pretty much my whole life when I connect the dots. And not everyone is fortunate enough to do their own thing full-time right out of the gates. In fact, I'd say the majority of people don't go this route. This feels more like a snowflake scenario of somebody you hear at a conference that has just this incredible story. It's not normal. My guess you're like me and you fall into the majority bucket of people who don't go this route. And you were sold the dream to follow the traditional route of getting student loans to fund college so you can then land a good job. You then get married, get a mortgage, have kids, and do the same routine, the mundane routine, day in and day out. And you're told the goal of all this that you've been fed is that you got to pay your dues at your day job, helping someone else's dream come true in hopes of retiring around 60 years old. Supposedly that's when your life begins and you can enjoy the wealth you've been building. But if you're like me, you realize that this is not your dream at all. Someone fed you a damn lie because something deep inside of you, it craves to go against the grain and most importantly, blaze your own path, figure it out on your own. And I've had this internal craving since college where I was creating tattoos and logos, etc. to pay for video games outside of my allowance for groceries, as well as like 30 packs of Busch Light. I was hustling on the side to get these other things I wanted because my parents didn't have a lot of money to give me. And this craving has only grown stronger as I've now spent over 5 years of building Perspective Collective outside my day job. Trust me when I say I've invested thousands of hours in 2 power plants worth of energy in finding ways to transform my hobbies into a monetized side hustle or business, all outside the day job. I've slowly figured out what works through a ton of trial and error, And I'm going to put a little extra emphasis on the air part because, man, I fail all the time. Even just like recording this stream of Side Hustler videos, I had so many technical difficulties. All right. You don't even know. You don't see the failures behind the scenes, but I talk about them. And no doubt it's been a lot of work to navigate this ship to where it's sailing today. And regardless of the storms and the choppy waters I've dealt with along the way, every ounce of effort I've invested in my dream has been worth it. All right. And this episode is all about pursuing your gift and making an impact. So if you're not fully convinced nor confident that you're ready to invest in the long haul, I have not one, not two, not three, I have 9, all right, freaking 9 super convincing benefits of side hustling to share with you. All right, super convincing. But before I begin, I feel it's important to note that there's nothing wrong with having a day job. I have a day job. You may have a day job. You may have landed one that you love and you have no desire to do your own thing full time. If that's you, if that's who I'm talking to right now, that's totally cool. That's nothing to be ashamed of. But you also may be in a position where you'll be in your day job for a while due to personal situations like me. That's cool too. I'm in extreme debt payoff mode. I need that steady paycheck along with my side hustle income. So this episode is solely fuel for satisfying that inner craving to do more with your gift, and tap into that gift. That's it. That's all it is. Super convincing reasons to tap into your gift. So without further ado, the following benefits are based on my experience as well as anecdotal evidence from my juggernaut creative friends and past guests on the podcast. So benefit number one of pursuing your side hustle. And this is by far number one for me, is all about finding your purpose. And why it's number one for a reason is that I know what it's like to feel like you have nothing to offer the world. It sucks. It's super draining. It sucks. So if you go to bed each night without something to look forward to, something's wrong. It's time to change that with a side hustle that feels like play. My side hustle of helping other creatives build a killer side hustle, that's my why. That's why I get jazzed to get up each day. That's how I can get through, the hard times in life, because I have that why. I have something I'm excited for, and I look forward to putting in the work because I know that I can reap these 9 benefits that come with it. Life is dull and unfulfilling when you lack a purpose. Side hustles can change that, and that's why number 1 is finding a purpose. So, moving on, number 2. Side hustles, they can help you cultivate killer relationships. And you may have heard the phrases, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Or you've heard something similar like your network equals your net worth. I believe both of these are 100% true. And I also believe in the quote from the homie Jim Rome, who I've never met, but he's been a mentor for me from afar. He states, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I know you heard this one. And I hope this one gets you thinking right now. So relationships are everything. Your side hustle can connect you with like-minded people who have similar goals, work ethic, and values as you. And it's so important to find these people. That's how you're going to grow. And 2 things to keep top of mind when you're surrounding yourself with people and building these relationships. So number 1, always focus on giving more than you take. And number 2 is create as many win-win scenarios as possible for both parties. Be a giver, not a taker. Never lead off with an ask. Always give. Give value and expect nothing in return. And you'll be surprised by the genuine and abundant friendships you're going to build through your side hustles over time. Like, that's been one of the most fruitful things for me, is the amazing individuals I've built relationships with. So number 3, you get to attract a tribe of like-minded freaks. And it feels like embracing your weird. That's been the storyline of 2019, and I'm all for it. The weirder, the better. So starting a side hustle or a passion project allows you to go deep on things that interest you. It's a playground to experiment and truly embrace the you and unique. Chances are you're not alone, as your weird quirks and qualms almost certainly shared by other weirdos. Okay, I really love pizza. I was weirded out by sharing pizza, but once I started sharing pizza, I attracted more people who love pizza like me. I had no idea. And when you publicly share and own your uniqueness, you increase the odds of slowly attracting a like-minded tribe of freaks who vibe to your unique flavor of weird. And then you can circle back around to benefit number 2 and cultivate killer relationships with these people. It's a win-win. And Ironically, it's something that you can become known for. When people think of pizza, somehow they think of me now. It's weird. People tell me that. It's super weird. Moving on to benefit number 4. Side hustling allows you to add new skills to your arsenal. All right, new tools to your tool belt. And this one is obvious, but really important to stress. So my side hustle, all right, Perspective Collective, has allowed me to learn skills that I've been able to leverage raises at the day job. Make more money, charge more in freelance. Again, make more money. It's not all about money, but it's helped. And most importantly, it's helped me attract more opportunities. And pursuing Perspective Collective has taught me how to. I'm going to list out like all these things that I've learned. Okay, so it's helped me become a better artist and designer. It's helped me advance my lettering and illustration skills. It's helped me market myself on social media, do outreach. It's helped me grow my email list. It's helped me improve my writing through blogging and writing Instagram captions, funny enough, like copywriting in general. I've learned how to edit audio and video through my podcast. I've become way better at managing projects in my personal time. So time management, project management. It's helped me attract an audience and build community. I've learned better how to pitch, price, and present my ideas and communicate and delegate these things, which has helped at the day job as well. And you get the picture. I could keep going, but whatever you want to learn, you can build a side hustle around it with a passion project, okay? Add more skills to your tool belt. Number five benefit is build confidence and overcome fear. So I had little to no confidence in myself or my abilities for about the first 24, 25 years of my life. I just recently turned 31. So that's a lot of time wasted in my life until I started Perspective Collective. I was able to find my creative groove when I blindly yet intentionally started sharing my work consistently on Instagram. This was around like end of 2013, 2014. And facing the things I feared the most, like sharing my work, speaking in public, asking for what I wanted in life, or maybe you can relate to this one, you had a fear of saying no to people, like that was hard for you. Learning all these things has resulted in some incredible breakthroughs in my creative career. And looking into this fear helped me unlock confidence in my purpose, my creative abilities, and my mission, okay? So leaning into those things that made me uncomfortable with my side hustle has massively changed my life. And side hustling in general, it's going to build confidence when you're persistently getting uncomfortable, period. All right, side hustling benefit number 6, turn your work into play. Hobbies are fun, no doubt. And when you're having fun, that equals play. There are no set in stone requirements that you have to turn that hobby into a side hustle, especially if your work begins to feel like play. So one of my coworkers, perfect example, she's really good at craft and rubber stamps and can make some money for it, but she doesn't like to do it because it feels like a burden and it ruins the fun. And if your side hustle isn't fun, it's just another soul-sucking day job, and that's right from her mouth too. So you got to find something that keeps your inner creative child alive, and you got to enjoy the messy process of it. However, but when you find a side hustle and your work begins to become play, Perspective Collective for me, my work is play. Your potential has just become unlimited. The passion and the fun, they're gonna fuel you during those low moments, during those crusty moments where it's not convenient to show up. That's where a side hustle that's play is gonna help you get through those hard times. Number 7, side hustling is gonna help you make an impact. I used to chase the glory, more money, more followers, more engagement, etc. However, when I focused on serving people and started chasing the impact, I found a lot of these things I used to chase for the glory aspects. These ended up being a manifesting product of chasing the impact. And creating for impact means contributing to something bigger than yourself, the greater whole, and making an impact creates a rippling effect that leaves a legacy far after I'm going to be buried 6 feet deep in the dirt. And I'm hoping the podcast and something like the Side Hustlers coaching program are things that my son can be proud of and be like, damn, my dad did that. Looking back on these YouTube videos he can watch. Not more importantly, but I'm also hoping like these 2 things can also be things that people like you find value in years to come. Number 8, side hustling is going to help you generate extra income. And who doesn't love to make a little extra money on the side? For me, money isn't the focus anymore. It's not the driving factor. It's become a byproduct of benefit number 7 and serving people like you and chasing the impact instead of the glory. Money didn't come when I was chasing glory. I've learned that money and opportunities, they're going to come your way when you're ready and you're prepared for them and you're focusing on the impact, all right, they're going to come your way. You're going to attract it. And in the meantime, I can plant a few seeds of how there's multiple ways that you can make supplemental income with your side hustle. And in no particular order, freelancing with client work, slanging merch, creating digital products, consulting, coaching, teaching, influencer marketing, social media marketing, content creation, doing affiliates, etc. These are all things that I've done a little bit of. I've done a little bit of all of these things. And the extra income I've generated over the years has helped me pay off credit cards. It's helped me put down a down payment on wifey's new whip. It's helped me cover emergency medical expenses. It's allowed us to take little vacations or even a big vacation. It's allowed me to donate to charities like things I believe in, like Inch by Inch. And it's even allowed me to buy special gifts for the lovely lady in my life. And you can do the same. So if extra income isn't your intent with your side hustle, just know there's a good chance that you could probably monetize what you're doing if it comes to that, especially if you're in a pinch. Keep that in mind. And number 9, the final 9th benefit, and this is something I'm working for right now, working towards. Again, maybe you're not looking to take your side hustle full time, and that's totally okay. I'm not here to judge you. I know a ton of powerhouse creatives who still hold down a day job. I'm talking about massive juggernauts like Brian Steely and Nick Slater. Okay, these guys are huge, and they have day jobs. No big deal. And like Raji King, if you're like me, though, you're eventually striving to do your thing full-time. You want that full-time financial and time freedom and make things on your own plan. And I have a game plan to get there, but I'm still a few years away from taking that leap. I got to be at a day job right now. I got to be, and that's okay. However, I've seen how side hustles and passion projects unlock financial and time freedom for, again, my friends like Pander Design, Lauren Hom, Muscatan, the homie Bert, and Elizabeth Gray of The Greater Good. When they started to take their side hustle more seriously, and like something like Instagram dramatically helped them. It was like sharing their work is what helped them get to where they want to be, and getting coaching and stuff. They were able to evolve their side hustles into lucrative creative careers. So I want to question you, why can't this be you and me? Why can't we do this? Why aren't we capable? That's totally possible for both you and I, and that's how I operate. I'm acting like I'm already there, and I feel it's totally capable and possible for you too. So, PC family, there you have it. That's my top 9 benefits of side hustling outside your day job. And maybe you're ready to transform your hobby to a side hustle. Maybe you're ready to take your side hustle to the next level. Whatever it is, I hope you see that there are some crazy benefits to a side hustle. And it can yield incredible results when you start tapping into your gifts and you share it with the world, especially when you're chasing something like impact. So what if you have a day job? Who cares? Don't let that hold you back from building a side hustle. And this whole series, the Side Hustler series, and the whole premise of my show is to help you leverage your day job so you can then fuel your dream job and have some fun in the process. So stay tuned. Part 3 of the Side Hustler series next week. I'm going to give you 5 killer tips for managing your side hustle so you can maximize your results. All right, get the most out of your time with it. And as I wrap things up, I got to give a huge shout out to my executive assistant, Paige Garland, the homie, the video specialist, Colton Bacher, as well as Nick Jenkins of Bluka for all the dope theme music you hear on this show. Now, as you finish off your week strong, I want to encourage you to keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep creating. You got this.
Thanks again for listening. It'd be awesome if you took the time to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let the comment below so we can connect. Again, if you want to catch a shout out as a future listener of the week, make sure you subscribe to the show on iTunes and give it a rating and review.